Okay. Hello everyone, our team is Scarlet Medicine Tech, and Uh, this is our project landing page. So I'll scroll down just so you can kind of get the gist of what it looks like. Okay, so right now, healthcare deserts exist across Chicago, but decision makers can't see them clearly in real time. So our solution to that issue is the health map, which turns complex healthcare data into something simple and actionable. Let me show you. Let me show you what it looks like. Okay, so this is our healthcare map, right? You can see what maps are available in your area. For example, we live in Chicago, and this pinpoints my location, right? So this shows all of the hospitals in my location, well, using that map layer, right? And then there are four other map layers: health data, clinic access, hardship index, and desert score, right? Clicking on one of these areas, for example, health data, shows you the data for each of these different health conditions. So let's say you click asthma, for example, it'll show you the areas with people that have asthma, right? And then you click one of these, and it'll give you information on that area, right? And it does the same thing for each of the map layers. And then, for example, you click the hospital, it gives you information on the hospital, their phone number, if they have an ER, and their star rating as well. And then on the bottom here is our AI agent. Its main job is to help both patients and dispatchers get what they need and help others, right? So let's say you are either a patient or a dispatcher. Let's say you're a patient and you have trouble breathing. So you would say, I'm having trouble breathing. Hit enter. Now we do have to give it a bit because it does work pretty slow right now. Right, that's a work in progress that we're trying to improve. That's just because we're working on a local machine as of right now. So we'll give this a minute to load up and everything. Okay, so yeah, once it responds, it'll say something like call 911 right away. This sounds like a serious emergency. Given your symptoms, I highly recommend heading to and then it'll just tell you the hospitals nearby. And if you look at the hospitals on the map, it'll only select the two hospitals nearby, and not only the ones that are nearby, but that can also treat your specific issues, right? Which in this case would be Northwestern and Rush University, right? So then you would click go to location, for example, and then it would take you to the actual Google map, right? And then you can find the directions yourself, or have somebody take you there, right? Now let's say you're on the other end of the spectrum and you're a dispatch agent trying to help somebody that has this issue. You would click dispatch agent instead into that patient's name. So for example, let's say that patient is Saban Duggar. His phone number is 315-898-3415, and he has an emergency. All right, so then you would hit confirm, right? And then it would say that he's dispatched, and it would tell you where he's dispatched to, being Northwestern Memorial Hospital in this case, and it lets you know that it's ready for the next case. But then if you look on the top right, there's a section called dispatches, which you can click, right? And then it'll show you all of the patients that have been dispatched so far, right? And then once that patient is arrived, you can let everybody know that they've arrived. So you click that, come over to arrived, and then it'll show you that right there, right? Now if you go back as well, all right, another cool feature we have is let's say you inquired about not being able to breathe again. I'm having trouble breathing. Okay, give it another minute to load. But then as you can see, it selects the same two. But then also, let's say you didn't want to go to these two hospitals, for whatever reason you may have, right? You can click show all, and then it'll just show you all the hospitals around, so you can still pick and choose which